When you swap out strings on a guitar, you're trading out a worn out set for a new set that is obviously going to sound really nice and feel really good. But I can't say that I really actually know which brand of strings I prefer because I've never compared a new set of strings from one brand to a different new set of strings from another brand. When I was younger, I mostly played Ernie Ball strings. The primary reason for playing Ernie Ball strings was because they were affordable, and that's what everybody seemed to play at the time. When I got a little older, I started playing Diodario strings. The main reason for that was because they had different colored nuts. I can't really say that the different colors helped me differentiate one string from the next because you can just look at them and see which one is actually whiter, but it was nice to look at. This last summer, I was at a local shop called Ninth and Ninth Book and Music. And Mike, the guy who runs that shop, told me about a new string company called Black Harbor Sound, who are local to Utah. When anything's local to Utah, I tend to have a desire to want to support it, right? To root for the home team. So what I want to do is I actually want to do a proper comparison video where I'm comparing new sets of strings on the same guitar playing the same riffs. I'm going to be comparing the Ernie Balls, which are just their standard bass level set of strings, with the Diodario NYXLs. I realize that's probably not a fair comparison because the Ernie Balls are like standard bass level, whereas these are kind of a little bit more their top shelf version of strings. But really, that actually should be interesting to hear if we really do hear a difference. And I want to compare those also with this local set of Black Harbor strings. All of these are 11 gauge. There is one weird caveat that the Ernie Balls and the Black Harbors are 11 to 48s, but the NYXLs are 11 to 49. So there might be a little bit of a difference in the tone there. I don't know whether we'll really hear it or not. So it's really just that low E string that we'll maybe potentially hear a difference, if anything. Now, before I really dig into it, I do kind of want to open up each set and just kind of talk about the branding and how the packaging is put together. So Ernie Ball, I mean, we've all had a set of these. They don't really have any sort of fancy pull tab or anything like that. It's just the, metallic paper. Okay, we've all seen these. They just have the individual little recyclable paper bags that each string comes in, and that's pretty much it. So cool design, metallic, whatever. You've seen that before. The Diodarios, I guess they take it up a notch. They got this kind of cool satin finish. It looks nice. It does have a nice little pull tab for easy opening. That's always lovely. And then all the strings just come in this one plastic wrapping. You open it up, and as I said before, there's different colors so you can tell what's what. So, all right, now the Black Harbor Sound. I've actually never opened up a pair of these before, so let's see. It looks like this tag here that tells you what the gauges are is actually kind of a sticker that you peel off, and that way you open it. Maybe it's easier to peel from the front. Yeah. So for them, it makes it so they probably don't have to print out tons of different types of boxes, and they can just print different stickers for what the gauges are. Makes sense, I guess. Oh, didn't really flip up, but it's supposed to flip up, right? Dive into an ocean of sound. That's kind of lovely, I guess. One thing that's really cool is these guys do include a sticker. I assume they include a sticker with every single string pack, but didn't expect that. That's kind of nice. And then kind of like the Diodarios, they just got some plastic wrapping that all the strings are in. So anyways, let's move on to actually comparing these strings. As I said, I'm going to play on one guitar and I'm going to play the same riff on all of them and compare them back to back just so we can hear if there's a difference. Jameson, who also plays guitar in No Shooting French Joseph, is going to be playing some other guitar parts, and he often likes to play in drop D tuning, so I wouldn't be surprised if he plays some drop D riffs. So let's get to it. Okay, so it's been a while since I recorded the first part of this video. I've listened to the playback of the test a number of times. Both Jameson and I agree there is an audible difference between the string brands. Is the difference massive? Not really, and there's really not one that sounds way better or way worse. They're just really different. The Ernie balls are very loud, they're very punchy, there's an aggression to them, but they can be a bit shrill at times. The Diodario NYXLs are very warm, there's a smoothness to them, but there's also a bit of a decrease in volume, and you don't have quite the aggression that you get with the Ernie balls. The Black Harbor sound strings are kind of a nice middle ground. I feel like there was a lot of warmth, there was a bit of a smoothness to them, like the Diodario NYXLs, but you didn't have the same drop in volume. I was very happy with the outcome of this test. I already stated that I want to support a smaller string company, especially one that's local to where I live. So for me, the Black Harbors really are a nice middle ground. I'd be curious to know which string company you guys thought sounded the best. I assume the opinions are going to be all over the map, but let me know in the comments. Cheers.